Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices. I'd like to start with the S&P though, and it's the 22nd of February. So the S&P here from the Christmas run down the low here at Christmas time. The European markets and American and the Asian markets have all been moving up here in an impulse wave, and we think that the S&P may have a top in it now. The European markets look like they can have one more little push in them, and we'll go in and have a look at that. But just before we get to there, if I just go to the hourly chart here and look at a bit of a setup here. In a bit of a nutshell, we know that the 2800 is a minor trading level 8 in terms of the trading levels concept, and it's always what we call a profit. 8 is what we call a profit taking number. So we also know too that the 28 is a minor level, and the sub levels above it, the next degree smaller, the 1, 2 and 3, 10, 20 and 30, and also group 2 here of 65, 72 and 80 make up group 2. So group 1 and group 2, this is the vibration range for a correction at this number here. So if the market finds support on top of number 3 here, then the market will move higher and will leave the 28. If the market finds group 2 here as the resistance, then it's going to leave it and move lower. So that's what we're really looking for here. This market finding resistance at the 72, the 2772, or the 2765 would do the trick. At the moment it's on this low area through here, so we will look to short this low here. So that'll just give you a bit of an idea of what's going on here. So obviously where the market's in a bullish trend, no need to fight that. We know that the resistance is here. We've got a wave count that can finish. We could certainly make a mistake with the wave count as well, and we could push up higher. So that's what we're using group 2 here for as a safe trade to the downside if it occurs. Okay, so with that in mind, when we look at the other markets, let's go to the DAX first off here. With the DAX, we've had this count here where we have wave 1 here and ABC for wave 2 here, and then moving up, but that wouldn't be in line with the other markets. It's possible, but we're more in tune to having it sitting over here like this and looking for a corrective move back in this space here. So that's the count I'm going to look at now. So let's just have a look. At the 4-hour chart. It's not the one I'm looking for, so the 2-hour chart. So yeah, this would be in line with the other markets. So I kind of like it in wave 1 and wave 2 here, all the way up for 3 here, an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. We can also move this over to here and have this sitting here, which is probably more appropriate, and having wave 4 here, and then moving up here in terms of wave 1 is quite long. Wave 2 pulls back nicely. Wave 3 is a little bit shorter than wave 1 here, so that means that wave 5 is going to be shorter still. I still think there can be one more little push up into here before we see this fold down in this manner here. So if the market drops from here, then you can drops much further below here, you can short, but otherwise we should wait for this top to play out here. So I mean, the European markets will open next. They don't know that the US markets have topped out, so they could have one more high there. So we just need to be mindful of that. So it's not really what I wanted to do, but we'll just use this as an example here. This is the other more bullish count, but this is a medium level here, 11,500. So the market's not going anywhere here. So I was kind of thinking that from here we got wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, a bit exaggerated, 3, 4 and 5 for the third wave. So this is the fourth wave pulling back. So let's just for a moment, if the market moves up here for a fifth wave, then it's going to play out like this here. So you can use that there as the catalyst for being short at that time. So I'm just going to copy this here and put that under there. And of course, once we've got that high above the level there, that also creates a long trade from that point there as well. So we won't forget about that. we have been long from here, and I have moved the stop up from here up into this current low area through here. We don't want to see the market move down any more than that, so that's going to protect our long position from there. But we could also look to short from that point there as well. So if we where are we here, 400, so if the 400 becomes the retested resistance here, right, it's got to become the retested resistance, then we can look to short from that point there if it's going to drop from here. So I'll just put this over here. What I'll do here is that in this space here, if the market's come down through to here, pulls back here, if it comes down again, it's going to retest there again. So then we can look to short from that point. So just move that over here. We want to see the 400 as a tested resistance before looking to short it at that point, okay? This trend can, if we've got wave 2 over here, like I mentioned before, we could look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then we can build up from this space here as well and move up higher from here, or even a third wave up from that point. I can just put that there to there. And also look at, copy that as a third wave coming in from this space. So it can continue to move up. I don't have any evidence of a downturn yet. It's just that the wave counts are telling us that we've got a turn in play, and we just need to acknowledge that. And we also need to have strategies for, you know, trading the turn, really. I mean, the money's in the turn, and we can be there for that. But we don't have any evidence of that so far in terms of the price action. So the reality is, being pragmatic, is that we're actually in an uptrend. So there's no reason to short it. So we need evidence to short it. We need an impulse wave to the downside, and this is not really reflecting a nice impulse wave to the downside, and nor is it doing that on the physical market. So there can certainly be another up point, another uptick here. But this number here will certainly give us resistance. Okay, so there's no need to do anything really here at this particular stage. The French market, let's find that. So France would be much the same. So just on the 1 hour chart with wave 3 and 4 here, and then a long wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 here and 4 here. And this looks like it's still got another little move to the upside in it here as well, because if I look at this as 1 and 2 here, then I can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, and this being the fourth wave, and one more move up through here. So we were going to go short here. We can bring that up under this level here. So if that's breach, we can be, that's wave 2 low there. So if that's breach, we can be on the long side, so short side. So we can actually bring that up a little bit further here as well. The other side to this is what I just explained with the DAX. If we do get a push up here, then the market will fold back down, bounce, and then bounce back up here. We want to see it bounce through, and this one here would give us an A and a B and a C wave to this point here. And then it's going to retest the 5-2, and then that gives us our trigger, our catalyst here, and we can go short from that point. I also need to point out too, because we're in a long trade moving up through here, then once we've got that second high here, that will also be the long trade going to the upside here at that point there as well, because we don't want to miss anything. All we're looking for here is that we've got a setup at this particular number here to trade long or to trade short. Yeah, that's it. So, and the FTSE's much the same as well. So with the FTSE here, in this case here, we've been calling a top in here. Because we got 5 here, that means that after correction we've got 5 here. But really that also looks like an A and a B and a C here, doesn't it? So we really need to see another 5 waves down from here before we can do anything. So let's just go to the 1 hour chart in here. Okay, so tactics. So we know that we had 5 waves here, so we were looking to go short here. So you may have been triggered short here. If you've been triggered short here, then this is your stop here. Okay, if you're not short here at the moment, then that's okay too. Then I can see that we've got 5 waves down through here. So it's possible, and it's possible that we get an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here, maybe retesting the 72 number, and then moving down from that point. So then we can move that to, we can even just move that up into this space here anyway. And you might be able to, if we got a nice 3-wave pattern there, then you might also be able to move across this way here as well, and look to short that from that point there using that low and that low. If we're wrong, then we won't be triggered in here. What will happen is that the market will just simply move up from here. Yes, it will muck around here a little bit, but then these tops here will give us a long trade to the upside, because at the moment we can look at that as an A and a B and a C wave here, but normally with an ABC, so we've got market moves up, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. Normally the C wave's on a bit more of an angle compared to this one here, but in this case here you can see that this is the sharpest, so it can be the beginning of a 3rd wave down. So it's probably likely to see more downside, but we do need the S&P 500 to break lower through that group 2 there, and the MIB's the same as well. So let's have a look at Italy. So here, yeah, look, once again, I'm just going to have to rearrange this here into the same as the other markets. So I need to put that in here like this and have that really long wave 1 there. I know it's really bizarre, but it kind of fits in a way, because this is the longest, then wave 3 here, and then wave 5 is the shortest. I am a little bit concerned about this in a way, because this wave 4 here up to here, I mean, I'd have to put that wave 4, actually I'd have to put it under here, and then that would give me a nice clean 5 waves up here. But at the same time, if that's the low there, that can be an A wave here, an A and a B and a C here for the B wave, and then wave 4 can be down, oops, I'll leave that there, but also copy that. This can also be wave 4 here as well, and having one more move to the upside here. So wave 3 here, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here, and then moving up into this space here. So we're not interested in shorting this until we've got 20,000 as the resistance. Okay, that would be the logical thing to do. And also too, with this here, we can copy that and we can use that there as the next long trade too. That's probably not such a good idea, actually, not in this case. So I'm just going to remove that. We don't want to be clicking into this 5th wave here. We need to see a much larger correction first. So yeah. So market move down here. If that's going to be the case, it will bounce off it, and then it will move through it, and then it will retest it, and it's that low here that we want to be able to short that. I'll just leave that like that, actually. Don't need that in the way here for the time being. So yeah, we want that low to come in here, and then if that low is breached, then we know that we're on the right track. It's the safe trade. Otherwise, if you want to trade short now, then you'll need to leave the stop up in this space up here. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it at that, and really it's just all eyes on the S&P 500 to see if the 2765 is breached. If it's breached, the 2765 on the S&P, then we know that the Euro markets will edge lower as well. So that's that. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.